Me encuentro ahora mismo en el edificio de la terminal de la Universidad de Gante y es porque voy a entrevistar a algunos de los miembros de la ESN, la Erasmus Student Network, aquí, así que bueno, a ver qué tal.
Well, I guess I'll start. I'm Alex. I am the president of ES-Gent since this year. Before that, I was the head of party for about a year and a half, 2 years. And yeah, very glad to be taking up this function, to be here to talk a little bit about our section and what we do, what we aspire to do, etc.
My name is Ella. I just joined ESN about a month ago, and I'm the partnership manager since September. So what I do is trying to find new partners who want to support us as an organization. And yeah, I'm just new to this, but I was very curious about ESN. I had friends that were already in the organization, and they had lots of fun. And I also just wanted to be part of it because the Erasmus experience, it's really something that it's very appealing to me because I went to Germany for my Erasmus, for my exchange, and now I kind of wanted to relive the experience, but from the other side, like organizing activities and everything. So yeah.
And we're very lucky to have her.
Thank you.
Well, first and foremost, we have never had any complaints. Usually people are not really familiar with Ghent, and I've had a lot of Erasmus come to me and say, actually, this was just an accident, which was like my second or third choice, but one that once I was here is actually like the greatest possible accident that could happen. Because a lot of people have heard about Brussels, Antwerp, Bruges in Belgium, but never Ghent, even though we are the primary student town of Belgium, even surpassing Leuven. We are the second largest ESN section in the whole of Europe, after the Porto or Lisbon. We preside over about 5,000 to 6,000 students every year, and what's absolutely magnificent about Ghent is, well, first of all, the university is top-notch, the top 7 university in the world, but it really combines all the charms of like a little city with kind of the nightlife and the activities of a big city. It's beautifully touristic. It's got a culture, history. It's basically Bruges with a soul. Now, not to hate on Bruges or any other cities, but Bruges is really touristic, and again, basically has all of its charms, all of its beauty. It's and it just has a soul. It just lives because it's pure student town.
Well, I totally agree with you. So, yeah, I studied in Brussels for 3 years actually, and then I changed universities because I wanted to do my master's in Ghent. And I must say that I just in this 1 year that I've been in Ghent, I've had so much more fun, and I got to know the city really well. And meanwhile, in Brussels, it was more. Brussels is such a big city; it's very international, very. Well, I just got lost sometimes. And in Ghent, it's like the perfect combination of just like our president said. It's a small city, but with everything that you also can find in a big city, about nightlife, restaurants, everything, and. It's such a nice city to study here, to be a student here, and to live here, and I can only recommend it. So.
Another very interesting question. Well, one thing you have to know about me, even though I'm a student, I'm also a writer, and I have found that the inspiration I got is undoubtedly through all the people that I've met on Erasmus or that are here that I interact with, thanks to ESN. You just meet so many different people, you just get so many points of view, you can have so many interesting conversations that, not to hate on Belgians, but that I sometimes cannot have with Belgians.
I understand what you mean.
Yeah, exactly. It's just incredibly enriching, and it's really helps you grow as a person. You think when you're on Erasmus that you already have grown as a person, then when you do ESN you meet even more people and you're on the other side. It's even more enriching. I can't really describe it. Not to mention the ability to work with some great people who do their jobs fantastically, volunteers like Ella right here, and just always know that you learn to work in a team, and yeah, you're just all working for this common goal of giving people the time of their life for 6 months. I mean, I really can't think of anything more fulfilling, and so that's why I do it. Yeah.
To me, it's also it's not specifically for ESN, but also the Erasmus experience in general. I think it's also part of something bigger, like the bigger European project or the European picture, because Erasmus is just one thing, but we are kind of building this European community, and organizations like ESN helping students when they are on exchange abroad, they also form a part of this. So for me, it's like I get to be a part of this European project and building a European community, and so that's why I like it as well.
Well, like I said, Ghent is really a student town, so besides the fact that there's incredible touristic views, one thing that not a lot of people know about Ghent, and even I didn't know it until I was a student here, is that it has an incredible bar culture, which is great for students. There's over 4 different bars that have over 400 or 500 different kinds of beer. A lot of them are house beers. Way more than any other city in Belgium. You got a whiskey bar owned by an Irish guy that used to own the distillery. You got a Genever, the typical drink of Belgium, Genever bar that's actually recognized as a World Heritage, and a bunch of cocktail bars, shot bars, everything. So.
Oh, and this bar, this beer house,
yeah.
It's like usually in Dutch we say bierhuis, which means beer house, but the bar in Ghent, which is a very famous beer house, has this joke in its name, because it's not called beer house by the waterside, because it's near the water, but it's called water house by the beer side, so that's this kind of joke.
Okay, activities that are definitely worth doing if you come to Ghent for your Erasmus. I sincerely hope you all do. Well, we do a lot of international trips, stuff like paintball here, international dinners, speed friending, stuff like that. But one thing that is definitely on everybody's line, and we always have a waiting list of about 100 people, is the Ardennes weekend. So the Ardennes are kind of like the mountainside of Belgium, and if you want to call it a mountainside. And what we usually do is we just rent a cottage in the middle of nowhere, or 2 cottages, where nobody can find us. I, the last 2 years, hire a professional DJ. We get 7 or 8 kegs of beer from our sponsors or from our partners. We basically just make one house into a party house and the other house for sleeping and cooking, and for an entire weekend we party some more. We eat, and we do nature walks, but we're usually so hungover that the last...
So as a new member, what I would like to organize would be a language night. It's mostly because I study languages myself, so I would love to do something with that. So what I had in mind was some kind of night where every language has this table, and there will be like cards on every table or something like that, which says, okay, this is the Dutch table, this is the Spanish table, for example, and that people can like go and practice their foreign languages with native speakers, or they can just also just out of curiosity be learning new words or something like, or small sentences like hello, my name is, things like that in Dutch. And then another activity that I had in mind was going to the Belgian beach, which is, I mean, we don't have this large coastline like some other countries do, but yeah, we do have beaches in Belgium, but that would be more something for when the weather is good, because otherwise it will be a little bit chilly. Yeah. But I don't know, and then play games or something on the beach, stuff like that. It's just one day. I mean, Ghent is not that far away from...
Sure.
So, yeah, I will think about that. So now, the ESN cards. I don't know if you can see it properly. This is mine. This is something that we sell, or we try to sell the Erasmus students that arrive to Belgium. And at first, the first question is like, is it useful? I mean, what does it... what advantages does it bring for us? Because it sounds something like we just try to sell them to get more money, but it's not like that, not at all, because it costs only 10 euros and you get like a lot of discounts with every activity that we do. For example, when you go to a party, to one of our ESN parties, and we offer these Genever shots, they are just half the price if you show these cards. So, I mean, every time you go out, it will make a difference. So just buy the card once and then have the discounts the entire semester. But not only that, I mean, it's not only alcohol related. We also have discounts in certain restaurants or other bars, and that has everything to do like the partners we have. So we go to them, we introduce ourselves like, hey, we are this organization. Are you interested in working with us? So they get like they give the discounts to the Erasmus students showing their cards, so that's just a win-win. Discounts are there. The flights, so you can book flights. When you book a flight, and you can get like a 10% discount if you register with this card. There's also hostels as well. Yeah, also a discount in a lot of, like all of Europe, or
well, a couple of chains and a couple of local ones.
Okay.
We also try, because we try to support the local economy.
we do. So yeah, it's just, I mean, the card, 10 euros, but it's actually nothing if you just look at all the advantages it has for the entire semester. So yeah.
So that's all the time we have. So goodbye.
I hope you enjoyed the interview. And
exactly. And if you have any questions, you can always go to our Facebook page, ES-Gent, Erasmus Network. It's just ES-Gent. Follow us, like us, you know, much like this blog. You know.
Exactly, because this blog as well. Seguid Erasmus in Flanders.
Yeah.
So it's purely touristic. Antwerp is good, but has less of a nightlife. And all I can say is that yeah, well,
still needs time to organize things. But
Well,
what positive effect a good ESN section can have.
cool.
And that's about.